on my stairs. He wanted to be on. This is going to be a short one today because Midnight's Edge is on, and I've got to do my wrench duties while they're on, at least for most of the day, unless there's breaking news. Talk a little bit more about what could possibly be going on at Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy. First off, I watched Valiant Renegade's video about this conversation with Cameron Pasha. Now, we don't really know what's going on here, and we don't really have any real information. There's no meat to the story, which to me is just infuriating. Hey, John, how you doing? Nothing, I'm just adding more fuel to the fire. We've got a bunch of YouTubers whose names shall be remain nameless, you know who they are, running with it. And I just saw yet another hysteric running with it. There are many theories out there as why this, is it real? Maybe. But here's the deal, it might be an annuity payment, all right? It might be something where she gets to keep her title, gets a ton of money, it might be her golden parachute. But the idea that she did that tells me, and I gotta tie my shoes, so just sit here, look up the stairs. The idea that she did that, or had, you know, here's the deal. We don't know where Baloney got the story. Let's just assume it came from her or her husband who retweeted a retweet of a tweet, which is why it gets legitimacy. But let's just assume that somebody told Baloney this was real, and Frank retweeted it. That somebody was probably Kathy. Or could it have been Chapek wanting to stir the pot more to get her to leave? The more I think about it, that he would do that, but then we've seen him, you know, Cameron's theory that Scarlett Johansson, get away from there. Scarlett Johansson, you know, sued Disney because she wanted to get Feige. And Scarlett, you know, she had legit reasons to go after Feige. I mean, if you think about all the crap that went down with Captain Marvel, and the fact that Captain Marvel got pushed out far ahead of Black Widow, is one of those things that kind of makes you wonder, did Scarlett notice that? And if she did notice that, did she get pissed off? Did Chapek come in and say, this is what happened? And did they concoct a thing to get Feige, all right? Because she settled out of court right away. Okay, it's very interesting. I think that might actually, that actually holds some credence. So let's look at the theories. Okay, we've got Matt Baloney, or Baloney, basically saying, I heard from someone, I have been told, hey Mickey, I have been told by someone that Kennedy got a 3-year extension. After a very long knockout, dragged out, she sucks report, all right? This is the dichotomy. This is the thing that confuses me. Why at the end of that would he post that? Stop it, Kojak, I'll let you out in a minute. Come here. Come. Why would he repost that? Or why would he put that at the end of the article? Oh, I got your toy, huh? That's the thing that's incongruous. That's why I wonder out loud what could possibly be going on. And maybe it wasn't Kennedy at all doing that. Okay? Because it's not a flattering article. It's not. Let's put it this way. A plus B equals 25 on this. Okay? Or Z. It's not going to C, which would be the end of the article. It wouldn't say, I know, by the way, she's great and she got a 3-year contract extension. Go and read it. Go to Puck and read it. Because you read it, you look at it, and you're like, and it's like, this doesn't make any sense. In this article, to post that, you either post the article you're going to post and leave that off for another article, or you post the she's got a 3-year extension and you go into detail with it. But you do not, for the life of me, I don't understand this. You do not, they don't go together. They really, really don't. And that's a thing that even I missed. Or I didn't miss, but it didn't occur to me that maybe it wasn't Kennedy at all that posted it. Okay. Now, you guys, if you haven't seen it, Frank Marshall on Instagram posted a picture of him and his daughters at the Diana the Musical premiere with a nice blonde lady who was not Kennedy. Okay. God, if Kennedy was ever blonde. Okay. What does that mean? What is going on here? Okay. Then he retweets a fanboy rage porn website's a retweet of a tweet. There's a lot of confusing, I think, really complicated shit right now that we're not getting here. Okay. Now, it could be, Kennedy just said, hey, Frank, can you retweet this? But and he didn't say anything. It was just cryptic. It's almost like she's in hiding. She is nowhere to be seen. Then this comes out. So I question who's really behind it. I do. Marshall, why would Marshall retweet that? And how would he know who they were? Unless, is his assistant retweeting this stuff? Looking on this? I do know that he's got full control of his Instagram. Okay, because I talked to him. So what's really going on here? See, there's a complication we're not seeing, which is why I'm pretty sure she and Frank were at the bottom of this. But I have a question. What if they weren't? What if it was Bob Chapek himself who did it to piss the fans off, to show her a lesson? Okay? Maybe, I'm going to tell you this. Maybe Frank wants her to quit. I can't imagine a husband allowing his wife, even if they're just merely in a relationship that's like a business relationship, because that's what I think it is now. I can't imagine him allowing her to put herself in a position where she could be beaten like a piñata every day on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. I can't. My husband would not let that happen to me. Okay? He just wouldn't. All right? So the idea that Frank Marshall is supportive of her when it's a bad environment. I've been told by people, I'm going to say it right now, Craig told me that Kennedy isn't doing anything, that when they need to get something, they go over her head or around her, probably to Favreau and Filoni, or maybe to Disney itself. That she's just not really there. The woman has disappeared. I feel like putting a missing persons report out on her. No one has seen her. No one. Is she hiding out with a golden retriever in Malibu? Is she? Okay. Is that going on? Okay. And no, she wasn't the one that took the selfie of Frank and the girls and that lady. Frank was holding the phone up like that. Okay. So that wasn't her. She wasn't there. Who the woman is, it could be his sister. Let's all just assume, because we don't have the proof and we don't have the pertinent information that it was his sister. Okay. Hey, Carlos. I don't know where it's just, this thing comes out, stirs the fans up into a frenzy. All right, let's assume she did that, knowing that the geek guy and the gaming place and the male version of Little Orphan Annie, knowing that side of the fandom was going to go, rah. Okay. No, all right. Okay. Why? Maybe, Dave. Maybe to piss Iger or Chapek off. Like I said in my upload of a few minutes ago, Iger probably told Bob, look, she's my friend. Why don't you just sign the contract? You've taken everything away from her. And, and to me, if that's the case, I think Disney needs to come out and be very honest. Kathleen Kennedy is no longer in charge of Star Wars. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are. She is currently only working on Indiana Jones 5, which is currently now in reshoots. I mean, let's look at what we know. I always do this. You guys know I always do this, but it's pertinent to put it in your brains and then bring it up everywhere you go. Go on to every loudmouth fanboy rage porn channel and say, here are the facts. Here are the facts. Indiana Jones 5's release date has been pushed back a year. There's no more Rogue Squadron. There's no more Rian Johnson trilogy. And apparently, The Acolyte's done. And everything else that she was looking on as a project is gone. She has nothing on her slate but Indy 5. Don't you find it funny that she has an extension of this long, and after Indy 5, there's absolutely nothing fucking else out there for her? Okay, everybody should be asking that question. Instead, we got hello, whatever, screaming from the rooftops, like the Phantom of the Opera chanting whatever from the rooftop of the opera. It's like, I literally am speechless at the amount of, first off, outrage without a thought behind it. Second of all, without sitting back and going, what the fuck is going on here, really? But hey, I'm the idiot. Doomcock's the idiot. And he's a liar, according to Little Orphan Annie and the denizens of, and other places, okay? He's not lying. Because he always says, this is a rumor. I can't verify this. This is a rumor. A rumor. R-U-M-O-R. Andre does the same thing. I do the same thing. Okay? This thing comes out, and it is a rumor. It has not been officially admitted to in the legit Holy Trinity press, the show business rags. Disney has not put out a press release It is a rumor, but the reporter couched it as a news item. I have been told, without, this is a rumor, but I have been told, which is what I would say. He just says, I have been told. This is bullshit reporting. Okay, this is absolute bullshit reporting. And the idea that these big YouTube, and I'm going to say this, they owe you guys intellectual honesty, and they're not being intellectually honest. Okay, they're not. Me, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I've never said, after careful thought, that she was ever going to get fired, and I've said that 1,000 places. I've said that she was going to leave after a short extension, okay? Now, if they had not extended her contract, I would have been very surprised and happy. Well, here's the deal. When you've got networks of people with a lot of money, Carlos, you've got the guilds, Producers Guild. You've got the Writers Guild, you've got the Directors Guild, you've got SAG. And again, the networks. Okay. Kennedy, breaks bread with people like Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. Okay. The big players. I mean, the top of the industry. Okay. But again, when you see Steven Spielberg walking away from a movie that she really wants to make, that he was going to direct, that has to say something. And yet, these people, and you know who I'm talking about, don't even consider that. She's still the most powerful woman in Hollywood. In whose estimation? Who's that? What? Because you said it? Ann Sarnoff is. Okay? Not Kennedy. Ann Sarnoff. All right. I've said it before. Kennedy's the biggest fucking failure and phony I've ever seen in my life. Really. And the fact this thing came out. So we've got a possibility. She's the one that called baloney, or Frank did. Somehow this thing trickled out into the fan press. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think the powers that be, names we don't know, but the real power brokers in Hollywood actually read Screen Rant? Do you think they watch Collider? Do you think they read Puck or even know it exists? Cameron said he didn't know it existed until now. Do you think that that Deadline, Variety, and Hollywood Reporter want to be scooped by Puck? No. Now let's go back. Again, because my main point. Indiana Jones, delayed release date a year. Rogue Squadron, gone. Ryan Johnson's yeah, you're right, Carlos. Trilogy, officially gone. The ST is done, Stella. Okay, just don't even go there with me right now. Okay? Ryan Johnson's trilogy is done. Go up further. Everything else is over. But she's got a 3-year contract. No one says anything like, what the fuck is really going on here? All right, so suddenly the story trickles out. None of the big papers run with it. None of the industry rags run with it. Why? Because Disney has said, we are not talking about this at this time. Okay? All right? So it gets out through this guy. Is she reduced to actually depending on fan websites like that and Hello Greedo and Star Wars Explained and, the rest of that shit? You gotta ask these questions. Because the last time she went to Deadline and they put the story out there. Remember? Nada. And soon after this came out, fans are all raging. A vast majority of fans are pissed. Go back and start looking. Patty Jenkins left over creative differences with Kathleen Kennedy. Rian Johnson's trilogy is canceled over creative differences with Kathleen Kennedy. Rumors out there that Leslie Headland is not happy with Kathleen Kennedy. And her thing has been canceled. So who put this out there to piss the fans off? Why? And I'm going to ask you a question. The person that put this out there in Puck knew the fans were going to get pissed off. He or she banked on Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, Hello Viv, and the rest of these people to freak their shit out and to get the fans all spun up. Now, is Kennedy vindictive enough to try to burn down Star Wars on the way out the door? I mean, she said as much, but I don't think she can touch it. Did Bob Chapek put it out there to get the fans riled up, and then he started basically doing to her what he's using the Russo brothers to do to Feige? Okay, let me explain. Having somebody like Patty Jenkins basically say, I left over creative differences with Kathleen Kennedy, and basically making Kathleen look like the incompetent moron that she is huge. It's huge. Okay. So I'm wondering out loud, and this could be a scenario. Tell me if I'm wrong. Bob Chapek kind of begrudgingly signs the contract. Kennedy's nowhere to be seen. She's hiding. Don't know why. Which is, in of itself, the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay? Go further. This thing comes out in Puck. The fuck is Puck? Trickles out into the fans. Now, would it be out of the realm of possibility that whoever, ever was behind this was named Bob Chapek in order to facilitate her leaving? You know, it's up to her to resign. And I'm going to say this. If she did it herself, that's insane. Why draw attention to yourself when you know everybody hates you? Okay? I mean, the pictures from like the first days of shooting Indy 5, she's got her stupid mask on and Harrison's looking at her like, will you shut the fuck up, Kathy? You know, he just looked irritated as all get out. And then we've got him getting hurt. Then 2 weeks later, he's riding all over London like he shouldered it, like he was fine. Of course, we got fanboys wandering around like Quiet Jane Kane, looking for his lost brother, screaming, he's dying! Cornelius, I don't know who you are. You've never been on here. But please, I have my wrenches down watching you. Watch yourself. Because never say never is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay. I have worked in the actual real political world. Okay. If you'd have told me in 2002 that Mark Foley would resign in disgrace, no, he's great. Florida loves him. 2006, it comes out, he was chasing congressional pages. He got dumped out of the party and he resigned. Okay? Never say never. Okay? Donald Trump will never beat Hillary Clinton. Okay? See, never is a pretty definite word. Okay? So you might not want to use that word for anybody, including the hell bitch, which is Kathleen Kennedy. I'm really in. All of this is possible. JPEG did it deliberately to push her out, or to show her the fans don't want her, and to show Joey. I'm going to explain this to you. You cannot fire somebody at her level, okay? Unless she gets arrested robbing a bank, or some disgusting thing is discovered about her, and people of a younger age. Okay? Then not only fired, but the cops show up. Okay? That's how that happens. All right? And so please don't say that here. Okay, we're adults. And we know how the game is played. Okay, we're rational. I've worked in politics. I've seen, when I was in DC, I saw people who are incompetent as hell get promoted out of a position. All right. So no, she can be shown that she doesn't have any power anymore, because she doesn't over Star Wars. All of her projects are canceled, except for Indy 5, and the fans hate her guts. That is nothing to be proud of, by the way, in that industry. Now, they can say they don't give a shit about the fans, but I guarantee you, I know some people care about the fans. The real power's behind Disney. The big investors. Oh, and you know who the biggest single stockholder is in Disney? George Lucas. Okay? So, if she made a mistake and did this, she's an idiot. Because she might have violated her contract. Now, going to this obscure website started by a guy who got fired from THR. It was an admirable thing he got let go for, but still, that is kind of something that you need to know. To do this, and here's the deal: they can't. It's circumstantial evidence, all right? And the circumstantial evidence comes in because Frank Marshall retweeted a fan website, or tweeted a fan website. But Bob Chapek can fuck with her. Okay. But again, did he tell Puck? Okay. To set Kathy up. And why did Frank retweet that? Very cryptically, nothing, no word. He just retweeted it. You guys got to think about that. There's something not right here. There's something, and I'm going to say, if she has any contract at all, and again, we don't have any official word from Disney. So as far as I am concerned, I am not going fanboy rage porn. Okay? I'm not going fanboy rage porn. Don't do that here either. Until we get official word from Disney, it is still a rumor, and it must be treated as one. Okay? And as far as people mocking Doomcock and other people for basically saying that she's out, we never said she's being fired, because she can't be. All right? Again, there has to be something really bad for that to happen. Okay? We said she wasn't getting an extension. They were going to let her, and JPEG would have been perfectly fine to let that out. So, what is going on here? okay? Is Iger behind her getting an extension? Was he the one that got a hold of Puck, of Matt Maloney? Was Frank Marshall? Was it Kennedy herself? Or was it Chapek? Because again, if Cameron's right that Scarlett helped set up Kevin Feige, why wouldn't Chapek do that to set Kennedy up? There's something we're not seeing here. I can't get my mind around all of her projects being canceled and her still getting a 3-year contract. And if she does have a contract like that, it's merely annuity payments. Okay? It's mere annuity payments. All right? And if she's such a narcissist and she can't stand the fact that they don't want to talk about it, and Disney doesn't talk about details of contracts anyway, and she did it, she's stupid. Here's another thing. Why would Frank allow this to continue with his wife? You protect your wife, right? You protect your spouse. Everything's weird anyway. I'll see you guys over in the Midnight's Edge chat. Sarah on the Galaxy. These are things to think about. And go to Valiant Renegades video if you haven't and see what Cameron has to say. All right? Rational discussions for adults, not 7,000 people in a chat screaming bloody murder and being egged on by people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. See you later.